Yay Networks.
Parenting is such a breeze, oh, but it would bring you to your knees if it weren't for Chatty Daddy. Oh, yeah, the Chatty Daddy.
Welcome to the Chatty Daddies. My name's Nick Adams.
I'm Trippier.
I'm JC Chavez.
And I gotta say, guys, the old Adams household had a very big decision to make recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys already know what it is.
And if you listen to our radio show, the Kid Craddock Morning Show, we have been getting, or at least I have been getting a couple of questions on the DMs. I'm sure you have as well, Nick, saying, is it just going to be two chatty daddies?
No. So
I've been looking for your replacement.
that's fine. You can do auditions. I'll help with the audition process. I've taken another job, so I'm leaving the Kid Craddock Morning Show, which is, like I said on the morning show, 100% the hardest decision I've ever made. And it's been something that's kind of been just like eating me up for the last, month or so.
Well, how so? Is it like you don't know if you're making the right choice? Is it nerves?
It's a little bit of everything. You know, I've kind of always said, like, okay, if the time ever came that I was looking for another job, these are the kind of companies that I might want to look at. Yeah. And one of those companies I saw, I'm friends with someone that works there on Facebook, and they said, hey, if anyone knows, and I saw, oh, wow, well, that's interesting. Perhaps I should explore it at some point. And, it's just been kind of like, I feel like I'd kind of just like, I've reached as far as I can go at my, at the Craddock Show.
Yeah.
Right.
There's really nowhere else for me to go, so it's like...
I mean, you don't know what could happen to me on the way to work one morning, and then somebody's going to have to take over, dude.
Hey, I'm just a call away, but, it's just kind of like, okay, because one of the hard parts has been, like, kind of saying goodbye to the dream. It's just been like... And that's what's probably kept me around probably longer than... any responsible adult would. You know what I mean?
I mean, when you walk into working at the Kid Craddock Morning Show, I think all of us starting as interns were like, I'm going to be the next Kid Craddock.
Yeah, at some point, that's it.
That is my goal. And then, along the way, you see the way things work out, and you're like, maybe I'm not going to be Kid Craddock. Maybe it's because I don't have the talent that Kid Craddock had. Yeah. Maybe there's shows going in a different direction. They don't need me in that department. Whatever.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing real quick when it comes to that, because a lot of people want to get into entertainment. And there's people that maybe want it to be the next Kid Craddock, or they want to be the next Tom Cruise, or the next Will Smith, or the next Denzel Washington, next Adele. A lot of this also has to do with timing, right?
Totally.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
And sometimes that timing is just... It just doesn't hit it right, and it's okay.
Yeah.
But the timing did work out to where you could make it to be a senior producer to like...
I think it's associate producer is my title.
Which is pretty good.
Pretty great.
Like super high level radio stuff.
Yeah.
Like impressive resume.
You're like one step from executive producer or host of a show.
There's 7 jobs in the country that are better than yours as a producer.
And that's kind of the other thing. It's like, okay, if I've kind of maxed out, what do I want to do? Am I gonna... I don't want to like go compete on another place.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. And so it's just like, okay, it's probably time to just kind of, put a nice little bow on this and figure out something else. So I'm doing some marketing for movies and TV shows with a company in town, which is their office is a mile away from us. And so it's like kind of in the business world. It's kind of in the the entertainment world.
We're still going to have a professional relationship with you. Aside from, we're still going to be friends, obviously, because we have years of working together.
And the new place is going to let me do all the podcasts that I do. So that's really wonderful. So I still get to scratch that creative itch, and then just kind of learn a new gig. And so,
what if we become the Joe Rogan of this type of podcast? Like
$100 million from Spotify?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
We got a ways to go, but we can get there.
And I'm down to split that with you guys.
Thanks, man.
But it's been like a really, like, my wife is very excited about this. We were at JC's birthday party the other day, and our boss was talking. He pulled me to the side and he was like, talk to me a little bit. And we were a little bit, and I think Blair said more than I did. And when I came in the office the next day or the next week, George was like, man, your wife's really excited for you to go. And, this job is tough. It's a tough gig for spouses.
Yep.
And, we have 2 kids. And unless I'm the only parent without angel kids all the time, but like it's really hard every morning. I'm sure Kinsey knows how this is.
Yeah.
Every morning to get 2 kids up and ready out the door. Blair's getting ready herself to get out the door and to go to her stressful job. And, if it's every now and then, it's one thing, but it's every day for 6 years. And that's been, that wears on her a lot more than just me waking up really early wears on me.
And there's things that wear on you. There's some, my son is 11 and my daughter is 9. And because of our job, because of the hours that we have, and because we don't have the luxury of saying, I'm going to call in today.
Right.
We don't have that, right? It's not, that doesn't exist in our realm, because when you start doing that, somebody's waiting to jump in. Somebody's always waiting. And so that doesn't happen. In those 11 years that I've had a kid, my son, and 9 years that I've had a daughter, I've never been able to partake in the first day of school.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I've never been able to partake in the end of the year assembly. I've never been able. I've been maybe to a couple because they did it a little bit later, but I missed the awards. Those are the things that you're going to be able to be a part of now, Nick, which is great.
Yeah, that's totally what I'm looking forward to. And I've been able to do, as I've gone here at the morning show, I've been able to do a lot more, which is great, but it just kind of adds a lot to the plate. So I'm up early and I also work late at night. And so I feel like a total jerk because I can't help do as much at the end of the night, after the kids have gone to bed. I just go and I work for an hour and then I go to bed. You know what I mean? So just that extra me not being around even more, I don't think it's necessarily impacted my kids, but it's impacted my wife a lot. So it's just been I think it's probably a good time for a change,
Yeah. So you said Blair was super excited about it. Whenever you told her about the opportunity, was she like, "Oh yeah, that's it"? Or was she like,
she was kind of a little cautious at first, but she was definitely like, "Well, you can talk to them and see," because it's people that I'm friends with. So I just went to lunch with one of them and talked about it, and she was like, "Just go to lunch and talk to him." And I was like, "Okay." And so, but yeah, I think she's really excited to do that. But it's been super tough and it's been really hard. But ultimately, it was I think, for the greater good of the family unit, it's probably a better thing. And now I can be on my kids' school schedules more, and I can take a vacation when I want to and stuff like that.
Whenever you decided, this is officially, how scared are you? How scared were you? What's your feeling right now? Are you worried or more excited?
I don't know if I'm necessarily worried.
Yeah.
I think I'm nervous just to it's in marketing. I don't really know what that is. So I gotta learn. I'm learning a whole new.
Well, here on your resume,
thing.
it says you've been marketing for 12 years.
No, but they knew Nick.
Totally. They know me and my skills and everything
and they know you're artistic. You work in radio and entertainment.
It's being creative.
It's being creative. So that is marketing, right? It's finding ways for people to get excited about a product.
Learning 100 new industry terms that I've never heard before. Working with these people who know
everything.
In part of an interview, they were talking to me and asking me stuff. I was like, I have no idea what that means.
Did you get the suck for?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the suck for.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't.
You didn't get the suck for? It sucks for you.
It's a marketing term.
Okay.
Oh, that is for
Throw
real?
it out there. Throw it out there on your first day.
Hold on.
Probably not going to say suck for on my first day.
Yeah, no. First day you should just throw out suck for.
Yeah.
What's suck for? Is this the setup to a joke?
It could be.
I thought it was supposed to be a butt for.
I don't have the punch gun yet, but it could
workshop
be
it.
I was just coming up with a random 2 syllables that sounded like it could be something.
But the thing that I'm probably the most worried about, it's not even worried, I'm just interested to see how I take this. I'm used to, we work in a very wheels-off environment.
Where you could say suck for all the time?
Exactly. But, I walked into the other place and they were having a good time cussing and stuff, everything, and wearing hoodies and jeans and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, this is cool. But a lot of it's working from home. And it's one day a week in the office. I'm used to, a rowdy office. I'm used to, going and hanging out in Trey's room for 15 minutes and just shooting the breeze.
Right.
And I'm going to be at home.
You need human interaction is what you're talking about.
I'm interested to see how that works out.
I see you already becoming a coffee shop guy.
Oh, I don't know if I'm a coffee
I know
shop
you're
guy.
saying you're not, but
I
you're
know,
gonna.
maybe I will be.
You want that? You want that interaction
You
with
know
humans?
what I am going to be, though? I've already... So this is... I should keep my wife's desk at home. I should. Because like a year ago, she got a new desk because she works from home. But I want a different desk. So, because I want a standing desk.
Oh, okay.
I want a standing desk so I can get a treadmill to put under it.
You want
And
the treadmill desk?
I can walk while working.
Me too.
That's gonna be over in the corner.
So I've been looking at standing desks and stuff like that.
It's
But
funny-
my wife's fine. She's like, we'll just put the desk in a different room and you can get the desk you want.
It's funny you said that because I was getting on Kaysen because he wants to play video games so much that I said, dude, why don't you go outside? And like you're playing football on the video. Why don't you go play football outside? Or you're playing FIFA, go play soccer outside. And he goes, I got an idea. Why don't you get me a treadmill desk so that I could put my PlayStation on it and I could be working out while also gaming?
Hey.
I thought that was a great idea, but also, no, go outside and get
You
your
should get
vitamin
him
D.
a treadmill that powers the TV and the PlayStation. So he has to...
100.
Oh, dude.
That
Can
is
you imagine?
brilliant.
That's a great dad invention right there, everybody.
God,
Do they have that yet? Or like
don't know.
a bike?
There's
So
got
you
to
could
be.
pedal
has
it?
to be.
I
There
know
has
in
to be.
Black Mirror they used bikes to power
Everything?
something. Yeah,
Yeah.
the city
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
Now, the question I have selfishly is, are you going to get us some guests on this podcast? Or?
I mean, maybe, I don't know. We'll
Oh, yeah,
see.
you're going to be hanging out with superstars now, possibly.
Maybe, you know, I don't know. I don't really know like how much. I don't know like how much that is
Access
of
you're gonna
the
get.
job.
Yeah.
You know, so it
okay.
is like, you know, if a celeb comes in town, I'll get to take them to 4 or 5 different news outlets and they
Yeah.
do the interviews for the day. I don't really know how much of that might be once every few months.
Dude.
So it just depends on what demographic they want to hit with that.
So it says here you're supposed to go into the news station, but why don't we go over to this other spot I know where they're doing a nice little podcast about
Hey,
chatty
you got
daddies?
2 kids. You want to come in here real fast?
Mr. Hanks, do you want to be on my podcast?
Yeah. But anyways, it's been a very tough family decision. I was very nervous to tell my son because my son loves you guys. He's only met y'all like 2 or 3 times, but he like they love like looking at videos of everyone. Like if I'm working at home, they love watching everybody. And I told my son, and I kind of was just like, hey, I got a new job. I explained everything in like one sentence. I was like, hey, I got a new job. I'm going to be home in the mornings more, and I'm going to be like making sure that people know about movies and TV shows. And he was so excited. And he was like, oh my gosh, that's cool.
Still cool.
So you're going to take me to see the new Mario Brothers movie?
You
I was
sure are.
Yes, yes,
Awesome.
that's. Are you going to be working while we watch the movie? No.
You gotta
Anyways.
you're gonna be watching the movie with them.
Yeah, I'm going to be watching it.
My kids were pretty bummed
Really?
when they found out on the radio, like I did. And my kids, you see them, Trey, when they come here for some reason. They, especially Chloe, took an affinity to Nick.
To the point where you're like, is Chloe Nick's dad?
Yeah, like I'm like,
Is Nick
what
Chloe's
is going
dad?
on here? Because they get so excited. You, for some reason, I don't know if it's because you're boy next door. Look, I don't know.
I was a camp counselor growing up.
Sure.
I'm great with kids.
You are.
And so when they heard it, they were pretty bummed out, and they're like, "We're never going to see Nick again." I was like, "Yeah, you're right. You're not."
Well, you know, at some point this summer, I'll have to have both offices over for a swim party.
Are you going to make that a yearly thing?
Sure. Why wouldn't I?
Nick's yearly swim party. See, I love that.
See how long it takes for everyone to taper off.
I
on the
won't.
side?
For sure.
I will do it
Oh,
if it
there's some
involves
people-
kids and giving them something to do, and they're going to get tired on top of it.
Some
I'm there.
people are tapering off.
This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp. When you're making big life decisions, when you're making small life decisions, when you're just trying to make yourself a better person, it can get tough out there. And getting to know yourself can be a lifelong process, especially because we're always growing and changing. So therapy is all about deepening your self-awareness and understanding, because sometimes we don't know what we want or why we react the way we do until we talk through it.
And here's the thing. I know a lot of us have friends and family, but let's be real. You can talk to your friends and family about things going on in your life, but you'll have that one friend that tries to fix everything and they're telling you the wrong things. Or you have that bad influence friend that tells you to do the wrong thing in general. Or maybe your friends just don't know how to handle certain situations you're going through. This is where a licensed therapy can come in clutch.
Yeah, if you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. Entirely online, it is designed to be convenient and flexible and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a super brief questionnaire. You're going to get matched up with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists at any time. There's no charge if you and your therapist just aren't hitting it off.
Discover your potential with BetterHelp. In fact, if you visit their website today, betterhelp.com/daddies, you'll get 10% off your first month. Again, that is BetterHelp, HELP.com/daddies.
What's been going on in y'all's life? I've been talking a lot.
I have something going on with Kaysen, and we might need to find a guest. Maybe we could start searching. But so around the age between, and this is an article that I found, between 7 and like 12 years old, kids start suffering from low self-esteem.
Oh, no.
Mm-hmm.
This is where my son is right now.
Really?
And I started wondering, I started noticing my son's self-esteem dropping drastically. A lot.
When? Like within the last few months?
In the last, I would say this year, 5th grade.
It's just like I can't do it, I'm not good enough.
A lot of,
thing?
yeah.
Is it out loud?
Out loud.
Or is it when you ask him to do stuff?
No, it's out loud. Like he doesn't feel like he belongs in certain situations. He doesn't feel like he is, like he's good enough.
Between 7 and 12?
And this is and the reason they said this happens between those ages is because that's when kids tend to start comparing themselves to other kids.
When do you grow up? When are you supposed to grow out of it? You grow out of it after 12?
No, you don't. But you
You're
become
seeing the kid who's faster on the playground. You're seeing the kid with better hair or muscles or has more girls talking to him.
And so my son's at this age now where he's they're playing football on the playground at school, recess, lunch, whatever, and he starts noticing certain kids. And up until now, he felt good. You know, he was really confident. I was probably an overconfident kid. And so I'm watching, but I still felt those lulls of, you know, oh man, I suck or I'm not good enough in certain aspects of life. And it happened this week, and I noticed it big time this week because I have him on a really good football team that he's been playing on since he was 5. And our team is good. It's that question, would you rather play on a championship team and be one of the average players, or would you want to play on a super sucky team but be the best? Right?
Okay.
He's playing on a really good team where he's average, but they're like super good kids.
Right.
And he got done with we started our 7-on-7 league, and he had a good game. And after every time we play, I like to ask him, how do you think you did? Because he tends to answer me very, very blunt and very honestly. Sometimes when I think he did well, he says, I didn't play well. And he tells me why. And this time, he says, I think I did great. I think I was one of the best players on the field. And I felt pride when he said it. I'm like, okay, good.
Did you agree with him?
I thought so. I mean, was he the MVP of the game? No, but I thought he played well. And you know what? I want him to have that mentality that I'm the best.
I didn't want it to be like a oh no, I did great.
Yeah.
Like whenever he's really hurt
did.
inside.
And
he did pretty well.
You also know him as the player and as a son.
Exactly.
There was like, for him, for his level, he played good.
Yeah.
Like for his talents and abilities,
I know
he
my
played
son's
well.
limits, right?
Yeah.
There are kids that are up here, and he's where he's at. So for his limits, I thought he played great. And the fact that he said I felt like I was one of the best players out there made me feel pride.
Yeah.
Because I feel like when it comes to not just sports, but in life, if you just feel like you're the best or you're going to be one of the best at wherever you are or whatever you're doing, your performance is going to go up naturally because you're not going to be doubting yourself as much.
Yeah.
And as my pride was rising, and he said, I felt like I was one of the best players out there. And he goes, I'm just kidding. I know I'm one of the worst players.
Oh,
Dude, it almost made me cry.
What was
It
that
made
about?
me feel, I stopped and I looked at him. I'm like, bro, why would you say that? Why would you say you think you're one of the worst players? And he goes, I don't know. I'm just not as good as, and then he started naming a couple kids on our team. And I said, no, the difference is you guys don't play the same position. You guys aren't built the same way. He's shorter than you and faster. You're taller and have better hands. I said, you're not one of the worst players on the team. I said, I felt so proud of you for saying that you thought you were one of the best. He goes, I don't know. That's just how I feel. The very next day, he goes to school, and he had a bad football day where a kid told him he wasn't good at playing quarterback. And they wouldn't let him throw the ball. And he just had a crappy day. We all have those crappy days at school. And his self-esteem plummeted a little bit more. I could see it. And to where I said, you know what? I felt so bad for him. I normally don't let him play video games during the week. But I was like, hey, man, why don't you get on with your boys? Play a little Fortnite. Have a good day. Get your mind right. And he got on. And he came, when he got off, I could see he was way more sad than he was after school. And I said, what is going
happened?
on,
It's
bro?
supposed to make you feel better.
What is that? I just want you to be happy, man. Because when you're hurting, I'm hurting. And he goes, I asked so-and-so, one of his boys that he was playing with, if he thought I was a better football player than another kid that they go to school with that doesn't play football. And he said no. Mm-hmm. And I said, okay. I said, surely he was just being a smart ass, right? He's just joking with you. That's what boys do. They jab at each other. And he goes, no, I think he really meant it. He goes, I don't know if I want to play football anymore. And I said, okay, I don't know if this is the right thing to tell my son or not, but I said, you can't ask people a question where the answer might hurt your feelings, especially when it's an opinion, and it's an opinion about you. I said, you asked them a question about you, and you knew that if he answered it the other way, it was going to hurt your feelings bad, and he did, and it hurt you. I said, you gotta shield yourself from hurt, and you also shouldn't give a damn about other people's opinions, because opinions are like buttholes. Everybody's got one, and they all stink.
Okay. But so then why do we wear clothes that, like, why do we dress nice and wear cool clothes?
Yeah.
So
Because
that
we
other
want
validation.
We
Yeah,
want
you want
validation. That's
their
a human.
opinion to be
That's a
good.
human.
But-
Yeah, that's a human
But
thing.
am I asking, Trey, what do you think of this shirt?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't.
I know what
But
I know what you
why
mean.
did, why
Trey.
did I get the shirt in the first place?
Because you
it's
hope
validation.
that
You want somebody
we
to
think
compliment
you.
you.
Look good.
You want to go to school the next day with your new shirt and have Timmy go, "Oh, that's a cool shirt, Trey." That's what you're hoping for.
Yeah.
Maybe it won't happen, but if you go up to Timmy and go, "Hey, Timmy, I got a new shirt. What do you think about it?" You want him to say, "I love it," but Timmy might say, "I think your shirt's ugly," and you're gonna just.
But my point is, what people think of you does matter.
It does.
It does. It does.
I'm
at-
not saying
at
it
times.
doesn't.
Okay.
I know what you mean.
I'm just trying to. I'm trying to teach him not to set. I'm trying to set him up
setting
That's
himself
a
up.
good point, to not ask those questions.
to not ask those questions. I said I don't.
But
think,
also to tell somebody what other people think of you doesn't matter is not good advice, in my opinion.
But in the end, because if it truly hurts your feelings, then use it. So if he says you're not better than he is, that doesn't matter. Take that, fuel up, and then go get better. I said, what did you do today to make yourself a better, in this case, it was football. What did you do today to make yourself a better football player? And he said, nothing. I sat and played video games. And I said, okay. So when people answer that question for you, where you're not at the same level as another kid, don't take it as a diss. Take it as a motivational, point. But it's hard for a 9-year-old to do that, or 11-year-old to do that, and that's where I'm at with him. He's really starting to. He's trying to look at other people and trying to gauge where he's at.
Yeah,
and compare himself.
Man, I know I certainly did that growing up. And
I did too.
I never talked to anyone about those feelings, so that's good that he's saying that
100%.
to you.
Which is cool. But, man,
And, it might be worth, you should probably look into getting a better help or a therapist or just someone to talk to about those feelings so that he knows from an outsider's perspective, not from his dad's perspective or his mom's. So, a lot of people deal with these things.
But I would like to talk to somebody on our podcast to see how we can guide our kids through that, because Davis is going to be there before you know it.
Yeah. How do you answer those
Quade's
questions?
going to be there before you know it. And these are questions that, sometimes they just pop up out of the blue, and you're not really ready for it as a parent, because I like to prep. I like to be ready for whatever.
Of course.
I knew sex ed was coming up this year, so your boy freshened up on all the stuff.
all those terms.
I know all the erection stuff. I know what's happening with the pubic hair, and I know about
Tell me what's
periods.
happening with the pubic hair.
It's growing, bro.
Okay.
It's
You know
coming in hot.
how people ask sometimes people on the show to come talk to us for career day. Come talk to
Yes.
us
Yeah.
for career day.
Yeah,
if
my
anyone's
inbox
out there
is
that
full.
wants JC to teach sex ed to their class,
Okay.
hit us up.
Yeah.
JC will be happy
Love it.
to go up there.
Yeah.
He'll whip together a
presentation? For sure.
PowerPoint. It'll be
slides.
great.
Oh, all that stuff. Slides.
I love it.
Plenty of slides.
Did y'all have the sex ed stuff in class or
Yes.
in school? We've
Yes.
talked
For
about
sure.
that here
Yeah,
on this
yeah,
podcast. Yeah.
There was a girl, and I will never forget. You know how you have moments in elementary school that you will never forget? When we had sex ed, they passed out, in the beginning of it, they passed out condoms. Mm-hmm. Which, hey, I felt...
You just held up your hand in a very large circle.
Sorry.
It was you did.
No,
you
I
just-
was doing the packet, like the
Okay.
Like
I
a
wasn't doing the
box
actual
or-
condom. No, like the
3
packet, like the little
inches in
square
diameter.
The
I
square.
was like, wow, that is a ginormous.
Felt bad for Kinsey.
Seriously.
Seriously.
Wow. Anyway, they passed out condoms in the beginning of this thing. And I'm looking at it. A lot of the boys are giggling. And I'm like, oh, what are we going to do with these? I thought that was weird that they passed these out. Cause like, what are we going to do? They probably didn't even fit us at that point. And this girl named Brittany just opened hers up and put it in her mouth and started chewing it. And I'm looking over there. No, she didn't blow up, but she was chewing it. And I'm looking at her like, what are you doing? But she was acting so like, and she was like a cool girl, one of the popular girls. And I'm like, I don't know. Like,
I wonder why.
She was just so nonchalant about it, just the way she opened it, pulled out.
Wow.
And just chewing it. Our teacher said nothing about it, almost like it took her by surprise. And so she didn't want to even bring attention to it. But she sat there and chewed this thing. I don't even know what they taste like. Can't taste very well. It's latex.
Yeah.
And just chewed it through the whole time. And I couldn't tell you what they said because I was so focused on her chewing on this condom.
And nobody ever found out why?
Why she chewed it? No. What are we going to ask her? Brittany, why'd you put that in your mouth? Like, we just never said anything. We just said, did you see her chewing on the condom here in class? And everybody said, yeah. But that was
impressive.
it.
Okay, well, I have to Google this. While I'm Googling chewing on condom.
I thought that was a power move, personally.
Yeah, totally.
I'm not afraid to open it.
So back to Kaysen having low self-esteem. You have to, at some point, have dips in your self-esteem, right? Like everybody makes.
Oh, 100%.
JC thinks he's the greatest at everything, and he can practice long enough, he'll be the world champion of it. So what do you do for yourself when you get low self-esteem? Do you just go do stuff you're good at? Or do you just wallow in it? Because I personally just wallow in it.
I wallow in it, and sometimes there's some you can't do anything about it.
You can't change your...
Right. I mean, even with our job, man, the DMs could be so savage at times. People they judge you on your looks, how you talk. You mispronounce one little word here and there, and we talk for a living, which is going to happen to me every freaking day.
Yeah.
Just little things like that. And to say it doesn't take a hit on my self-esteem would be a lie. It does. I wallow in it.
Right.
I let myself be sad for a moment, and then I realize that I'm in a really good spot in my life. Then I go back and look at all the stuff that I did to get where I'm at and where I started.
Yeah.
And that tends to get me out of it.
Because what I always feel like I hear in like science, sociology, what am I looking for? What's the brain one?
Parenting?
Psychiatry. It's like, well, that's not the real issue. There's a deeper issue there. Is it not football? Like, football is probably something he's good at and he can go and do.
Yeah, that's what it is now. That's what's bringing it out of him.
Right.
Yeah.
There's something else going on that makes it where he's not.
Is he confident in other things? Like, is he confident in his schoolwork?
So that's the thing. Last year, his thing was with math.
Yeah.
And he's really good at math. He gets good grades, but he's not as fast as this kid. He's like, this kid was finishing his math, his multiplication, and faster than anybody, and that was the last one done.
And so he needs to be the best, or he's the worst.
Right. And I said, when it comes to that, it's not even really about the speed, dude. I said, you answered the same amount of questions he did. He just did it faster. But if he gets an 89% and you end up with a 93%, you did better than he did, even though he was faster. So I told him that. Or I said, if he gets 100 and you get 100, it doesn't matter that he finished it in 3 minutes and it took you 10 because you both got to the same spot.
In my armchair psychology.
Yeah,
sorry to cut you off. I would say like that sounds like he only sees the best of the best getting rewarded, and so he feels like he needs to be the best of the best or he's worthless.
I think, I feel that way a little bit.
You,
it's pretty good.
Dr. Peart.
Pretty good. Now, I know you guys moved. When did y'all move?
In March of pandemic 2020.
Okay, did y'all switch schools then?
No, same school.
I was
same
wondering
kids.
if it was a different. If he's still
that was the
getting
main
used to a
thing.
new school.
I didn't want him to switch schools because he already is in his. He's in his. And maybe it would have helped actually just to start fresh.
Yeah,
that's what helped me when I first moved to the States and I was in the hood. I felt that low self-esteem because I mean I felt like I wasn't vibing athletically. I felt like all the kids were better than me at everything. And then when I moved up, I started fresh and started thinking I was as good as those kids. That's when I started feeling better. So maybe I should have put him in a different school. Maybe that would have been his golden move. But I mean that's hindsight.
Yeah.
But I would like to talk to somebody, an expert.
Any experts in therapy or psychology?
Psychiatry.
Both of them, maybe.
If you're listening and you think you can help,
Yeah.
hit us up. All the ways to contact us in the description of this podcast.
How to help kids with self-esteem when they're
Self-esteem.
going through these. Because I'm from what I'm gathering, you went through it, Nick. Trey, you went through it.
Today.
I went through it. I still
Earlier
go through it as an adult. So
Oh,
it
yeah.
would be nice to have those, those coaching.
It's hard to
moments.
learn those lessons of this too shall pass. Because any feeling that Kaysen's feeling now, any feeling that we have, good or bad, is going to pass.
Yeah.
We all remember the happiest day of our life.
Sure.
Well, we're not that happy right now. We all remember the saddest moment in our life. We're not that sad right
Exactly.
now. So everything will pass. It just sucks to learn that
And
lesson.
you know what sucks even more too is that Chloe right now is excelling a lot in her sport. So she scored that particular day. She had scored 5 goals, which is
Whoa.
her best performance ever. And I felt bad for her because as much as I wanted
Yeah.
to put her up on a
You want to
pedestal
celebrate her.
and just I wanted to tell everybody that walked by us like she scored 5. I wanted to shout it from the roof. I didn't want to do that to Kaysen because he's looking
hurt him.
closely.
Yeah.
I didn't want to hurt him. But then at the same time, I felt like I was hurting my daughter because I felt like I wasn't celebrating her enough.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Yeah, that's a
I was in
terrible
this like
feeling as a dad.
lose-lose situation, man. I just felt crummy.
The only thing I found whenever I Googled chewing on condom was a several.
Can that be the name of this podcast?
Yeah, sure.
Chewing on a condom?
Headlines that said child found chewing on used condom at school playground.
Oh, no.
Oh,
I'm not going to dive in any
Yeah,
deeper
let's
than
not
that.
click any links.
Yeah, this one was out of the wrapper. I saw her pull it out of the
Yikes.
wrapper.
Yeah.
It was not on the playground,
Yikes.
and that is disgusting.
You know, that feels like a good place to end
Totally.
the whole podcast.
For sure.
So if you have any advice, hit us up. All the ways to contact us are in the description of this podcast. My name's Nick Adams.
And I'm Trey Peart.
I'm JC Chavez.
And don't forget,
Stand up straight.
Oh,